What is going on, guys? Avatarmanz here, and I'm doing another replay analysis for you guys. This seems to be a pretty popular thing that you guys want from me, so here I am doing another one. This game was really well executed by me overall. There's a lot of really high-level mechanical moves that I did in this match, and I haven't really shown you guys a whole lot of that stuff like in a play-by-play analysis before, so I thought I'd show you guys today. From the timeline below, you guys can see that this match went pretty well in our favor, and Fighter and my other teammate weren't as high level, so these guys basically just let me stomp all over them this match. But anyways, let's jump into it. So on this first kickoff, I went for a 360 spin, and I basically wanted to push it to the left because I know that both my teammates are to the left. So all I did was just get behind the ball and I front flip to use the nose of my car to push it towards my teammate, who Tars was able to come up and set it up really well. And I got a pass. He got a pass off of it, and I don't think he intended for that to be a pass. So kind of going through, I'll start again. You can see here, all I did was just do a sort of 270-degree angle, spin there, get behind the ball, get direct center contact, and just front flip it to push it up. Then Tars, my teammate, was able to come up. The reason why I jumped so far down on the wall here was because I knew that I would have to jump early to get up higher and kind of correct myself as needed. Where if I went up the wall a little bit more, I wouldn't have had as much time to correct myself as needed. So I jumped pretty super early, and I kept boosting up here. You can see I'm boosting up a little bit. My typical pose is the upside down aerial, so you guys know that. You didn't need to go upside down. I didn't need to, but I did. All I did was just line myself up with the height that was needed, and then I turned my car, the nose of my car angling towards that goal at the last second. You can see here my nose was pointed to the left, now I'm pointing it to the right. So that's basically all I did was to get that, and I got a lucky inside post shot. So pretty nice from the start of the game there. So Fighter going for that kickoff. I'm not sure what my teammate's doing, so I just went back to grab boost. I went for the another upside down aerial, but I hit it too high, so I wasn't able to get the rebound. I had tried to boost down there at the last second. I thought that was going to be a big clear, so I dropped back for the boost. And you'll try to see me play where my teammates aren't a lot of the times, and that's kind of what my play style is. I feel like in threes, as far as rotation is concerned. So here, I thought that Fighter was going to hit it to me, so I was prepared to stay forward. But I knew he was going to hit it towards the wall, so I kind of stayed driving this way. I know that both of my teammates are back, and one of the blue guys are going to go for this. So all I did was want to disrupt it, and I didn't want to hit it back because now Fighter's coming up. I didn't want to hit it back to Tars, so all I did was just hit it to my left, expecting Fighter to get it. I did hit it a little bit too far back, so Tars had to come in and help me out there. He got a nice double touch. And I was expecting Sultan to get that, but I realized it was an AI a little too late, so I kind of came at this at the wrong time. And my thinking for this was that Tars was going to keep going with this, and I was able to follow up really quickly, like a 1-2 play, hit it back up the corner. And I tried for the goal, which was a stupid idea. So dropping back, I did a half flip. For those of you who don't know how to do it, it's a really good mechanical move. I probably should have let this go for my teammate, Tars, but I had the closer challenge, so he should have seen me there anyways. This is a really good move right here, is to not flip into it right here. I could have for a shot, but for a single jump like that, and I kept boosting, I was able to follow up with the ball. I didn't have enough boost, so I was able to get a sort of dunk. Now here I probably should have rotated. I knew that Tars was going to go up for this too, but I knew I could just beat him and get the goal. It's kind of just, I don't know, knowing when to go up for the ball and knowing when to go up early enough. So I want to watch that from Fighter's perspective, because he should have rotated up behind Tars, or at least be center in front to his left there. And I should have dropped back right here. But I stayed forward and I turned around. So if Severs was smart and he was sitting in goal, he could have cleared this and we would have all been screwed. So good thing it worked out. I'll say that. Okay, going back to me. I see that Tars is going on the kickoff, so I'm going to go to the right. I'm playing my kickoffs pretty safe here. I saw that fighter was there. I was going for a pinch. That's why I stopped boosting and waited for him to jump. So right here, I went to pop up the ball, but I jumped way too early to where I didn't even need to. I was able to get a hit back to my teammate, but they weren't there to follow up right away. I thought about cutting in, but it depended on the hit that was given, so I just dropped back to net, just kind of chilling. So the reason why I'm playing behind Tars right now is because more often than not, the goalie or the defenders will clear the ball the way it was pushed in their net. So it's cleared, or it's being pushed in from the left side. So if they clear it, it's going to come back on the left side, coming back to me. And if Tars is able to make a pass, Fighter should be here to make the pass. Yep, he's to my right. So he's coming up center, ready for a pass. Now he knows I'm to the left, but so if that ball came to me, he should have stayed center, ready for a pass. So I'll back up a bit here. So I saw that fighter was going for that. I kind of just boosted behind it. Now, right here, I expect the ball to be cleared away to the right. I'm a little bit close because Tars is still grabbing that corner boost up in the right there. So when they do clear it, I kind of just jumped super early to kind of buy some time and wait for Tars to get back. So that's kind of my thinking there. And it kind of luckily worked because none of the opponents were there ready for the ball. So you can see me here on this cleared ball that I knew that the ball was heading towards the goal's direction. I didn't know if it was in or not. And I didn't know who was in the net and if they were able to make a save. I saw that fighter, as soon as I took off ball cam, was not able to make the save because he's heading back as well. You can see here I turn in the direction of the goal so that way I can turn off ball cam and see if that's going to be either wide or high. Now I noticed that it was going to be both, so I'm waiting, and you can see I turned myself towards the goal, so I'm ready to make the clear when necessary. But I backflipped a little too late, and I wasn't able to make a clear, but I would have been there to block the shot had somebody been right there. So luckily they didn't hit it in because my timing was a little off. So this was kind of a misplay from Fighter. Tars hit it and then Fighter backflipped, and that should have been a goal right here. I pushed up with them. Another dumb mistake by me was thinking that this was going to go off the post and come back. The corner bounces are a little hard to read, even, you know, with over 2,000 hours like I have. I still have a hard time reading that corner post sometimes. I thought that my teammates had my back on there, so I quick grab boost. And I see that Tars was going to drop back, but he just kind of cut ahead of me. So all I did was just back up all the way in the net. In case there was somebody pushing this ball right where Tars is right now. Say there was somebody right there. If I back up all the way, I'm covering the right side of the net. So that's kind of why I did that. Just a double jump boost. Going for the YOLO dunk play. Always a classic. Especially among the Challenger Elite players. I'm back in Season 3. So all I did was just hit the ball really softly. I didn't even boost off the back wall because I knew I was going to have to follow up with this. I wasn't able to clear it across the net, so all I did was just hit it lightly and then follow up with boost. All I did was double jump and point my nose towards the ball there. And we got a juicy goal off of that. So again, I'm on the right side there. So that's my normal kickoff now, you guys see, is when I'm on the sides here, I will front flip and try to get behind the center of the ball and then front flip again. I usually like pointing the ball to my opposite side. I knew that Fighter was going to come up because I know that he generally likes to cheat up on the ball, so I'm going to take my opponent's boost if I can. Now, you guys won't see me take the boost right now, but I did grab it. So this was kind of ambitious for me to go for this. I want to play that back from Fighter's perspective, because it was a good 1-2 play here, and I missed it, so he did go for it and backed off. We both kind of missed. So Tara's just kind of chilling back where he should be. He sees me dropping back, so I kind of cut in there and went for the ball. I grabbed the boost and I thought that he was backing up. I could see him going backwards. So I did a quick drift, but he was able to beat me to the ball, which was good because I would have lost that 50-50 completely. I was waiting for the pass to come out right there. It didn't happen, so I got bumped, and then I kept trying to drive backwards, and I got bumped again. I was going for a pretty ridiculous play here. Staying in front of the net is not really a good idea because if I don't make a play here, I'm pretty much screwing myself out of my position. So thinking I can get the rebound, I just kind of bought some time, hoping that somebody would go up after I hit it, but didn't work. So Tar's making an aggressive play up on the left there. So you remember what I said about the ball being cleared out? This is a very light tap by Severs here, but this is kind of the gist of what's happening, about why I placed myself behind that first guy. Now you'll see that, again, Fighter should be center, and here he's dropping back because he went for the previous play, which is fine. But he's waiting center where he should be. This is a great spot for him. He probably should be a little bit forward, but I'm sure he has less boost than he could go for. So this is like a standard threes rotation, is that the first guy has the ball. That would be Atar's. I am the second guy behind the first guy. And our third guy should be behind center or across the net from where we are. So that's kind of a good example of the goalies clearing out the ball where it came from. Although it's not as exaggerated as I make it out to be. So I cut ahead of Atar's here, but I knew that the second it was popped up, I would be the first one to jump. I knew that it was going to be a high shot here. So when I jump, I stop boosting and I angle myself so my wheels are going to hit it. So if I do hit it super early, I was still going to pinch it in. I don't need anything very hard. All I did was just tap it in. So our communication is to have the left guy go on the kickoff. So I grab the back left boost. Tar's grabbing the back right. Now when I went to clear for this, I knew that my opponent was on that side. And he would, if I were to try to rush this ball, I have to basically get a 50-50 with him. But since he's angled in this way, I can basically get a free pinch out of it. So in this instance, I didn't even need to jump, but I was able to get a pretty nice pinch and a pass to myself. It's kind of the same thing earlier when I jumped too early when I was going for a shot. I basically should have tilted up my car a little bit more. And of course the Tars was screwed up because he thought that I was going to get a forward push. But on my way out, I grab my opponent's boost because I know that both my teammates are back and I trust that they have the ball. I'm kind of going for a ridiculous play where Fighter would hit that forwards and I would keep getting a redirect forwards. So with these plays, you want to stay underneath the ball and barely keep using your boost so that way the nose of your car hits underneath it. You can see what I'm going for here. I was basically trying to keep the ball going in the direction where Fighter's flying. I didn't boost enough, so I missed the ball. Since I'm already this close, I'm going to force a play. And Atars is able to get a pretty nice shot. And I flipped accidentally in the wrong direction, so instead of flipping out of the goal, I flipped into the opponent's net. I remember this moment exactly because I was like, I told my teammates not to worry. So here, Fighter was going for a contest. He was forcing a play, basically, and I underestimated the speed of my opponents. So when I jumped, I didn't get enough height, and Crazy was able to pull off a shot over me. So basically what I should have done was just kind of go back to net a little bit more and then challenge a little bit more forward when I knew I had a good challenge. So here is the infamous Jazer fast kickoff. You basically boost outside of the ball and then flip inwards so that way the nose of your car hits the outside of the ball and pushes it inwards towards that mid boost. You can see it worked. So normally I would hit that a little bit more towards the boost. I would grab the boost and then be able to make a play up the wall. Since it's threes, We're making another 1-2 play with Tars. The opponent's making a really nice save. I remember Fighter calling this ball, that's why I went off of it. So I was waiting for a pass from him. I jumped super early, and I wasn't able to make the goal off of it, unfortunately. Another half flip back towards the mid boost, and you can see here, this is another instance of that threes rotation where Tars, again, being the first man with the ball, Fighter being the second man right behind him, and I am slightly across field. But I'm at the same distance as Fighter pushing up, just in case the ball gets cleared. So me pushing into that goal, I knew that the goal was empty. So we basically had the goal here, so that's kind of why I went for it. I basically went as insurance in case Fighter wasn't going to get the goal. So I noticed that Fighter's going on this kickoff, so I'm going to grab the back left boost. And wait for Tars to clear the ball, but I noticed that Crazy was going to get another contest maybe, so I dropped back a little bit farther. Otherwise I would have stayed up forwards. I saw that Tars was going to keep up going with that ball, so I stayed forward and wait for him to pass it. I told Fighter that I was center, that's kind of why I waited there so long instead of going back, so it's part of that communication aspect that you have to have additional info on. But the second I see him miss the ball and all three of my opponents are right there, then I drop back, of course. I see that Tars is going there, so I'm just going to grab our back boost. I wanted to flip at that. I know that. I remember this because I wasn't able to turn fast enough. But if you can't hit it, don't try and waste your boost for that. Wait for the moment to get a good clear like that. I'm just forcing a play again, hoping that my teammates will come up. And Sever's getting a rather nice save. I know that Atar should be behind me, so I'm kind of staying midfield, waiting for a good point to contest the ball. So you'll see me, the second I go for that contest, I know that I could probably dribble the ball in. So I take off ball cam and rush to the right side of the ball so I can hit it to the left. And basically try to stay on the side, because I know that if I hit the ball on my side of my car, I have the best chance of dribbling it to the side. So I was able to get 2 touches, and that for a rather nice play. I was lucky because I got that 3rd touch up the wall, and I jumped and boosted early enough that I was able to get the pinch off the side post and in. So I'll watch that back from somebody else's perspective. I went for a good contest. Got the dribble up the wall. Fighter going for an insane play. But the game is pretty much over at that point. So this has been a little bit more mechanics than some of my previous replay analysis videos. So I apologize that this video was a little bit longer. But stuff like half flips, upside down aerials, that sort of stuff, you should really start to incorporate into your repertoire if you haven't already. It can save your life a lot of times. You can see in this replay, even when I'm dropping back, I'm trying to gain speed, trying to always maintain my momentum throughout the entire match. And when I did screw up that one time, I told my teammates, because I had screwed up my momentum, and that's not something I usually do. I had stayed in the net. Especially when I don't hit the ball, my teammates get screwed up as well. So if you keep your momentum throughout the game, you can always try to cover for your teammates and always rotate faster, that sort of thing. So it'll always improve your game. So again, if you guys have not learned how to half flip yet, especially, the fast kickoffs, that stuff is kind of additional that you don't really need to know, but it is a good benefit. But half flips, especially, if you guys don't know how to do that, check them out. There's a ton of YouTube videos out about how to do them. So anyways, this is the final scores of that match. This has been a rather nice game to look at, I think, although a little bit longer of an episode. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Avatarmanz, signing out.